Yeah, Terra needs to be level 7 before that Alacran fight. "30-minute run is great for it being punchy, but you fear it'd run the risk of one more running like a 4X game does." I'm okay with that. Every time the choir kicks in, you want Dancing Mad. Reasonable. How long until somebody finds even better numbers? It's not impossible. Please run. Sweet, got a potion. Yeah, it's not impossible. Already the first menu, um, specifically the one that's like a magenta-y one, has already been changed once. I've played the intro really, really sloppy. It does not require that the background be active. It's just additional menuing to change which background is active after you set the numbers. Unless you mean, does this require that these values be set for this specific background, in which case, yes. A couple days ago, my April Fool's runs, which would have been perfectly fine, like they would have also jumped to credits. I was setting these values and I was inputting the Demon Chocobo for reasons. Jessica Robot, how's it going? Yeah, precisely. I stay on this menu to save, I don't know, like a second or two. Terrifyingly, I am increasingly finding this menu completely readable. Let's go. Good preemptive luck. Nitsky, how's it going? Yeah, the window color is part of an exploit. Raina Fox, how's it going? Good to see you. I hope your runs went well. Nice, that sounds fun for sure. Oh, I don't know if that kills the run or not. That looked good, so hopefully not. Raina, thank you for 25 stream streak. Holy hell. No, we're still good. Do we get to see the Thamasa DLC in this speedrun? Never heard of that. No clue what that is. That might be a different game. Yeah, 2 rows of items. Or 2 columns of items, rather. Luxury playing on the Japanese cart. General Yeti, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we can call this the first run of the day, why not? Most of the stream has been spent getting footage for a tutorial, so this is actually only the 3rd run of the day, the 2nd run that made it this far. Alright, so this was like real rough, but I should still be ahead. Unless I soft lock right here. Yeah, real bad, but I mean, still ahead. what was that rapidly spinning upside down pyramid that looks kind of like the thing that Kefka has in the last cutscene? I wouldn't worry about that. High potion. You go away. Buckler stays. You go away. One of you. You can't stop worrying about it? No, you shouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Dizzy Bum, thank you for the very large vend. This speedrun is illegal. It's true. Yeah, I'm slowly getting to the point where I'm memorizing all the menus, so I'm not having to look back and forth and remember what goes where. That helps. God, this run is cool. I really like this run. Bahamut, you're heading out? Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for the GGs. Yeah, this is still, I think, a couple minutes off of Saga's PB. Where's your... Okay, so I'm a minute 30 off of Saga's PB, which is... I'm actually doing better than I thought. Sweet. That's not as bad. Yeah, I mean, with this run, a minute and a half it's a ton of time. Like, make no mistake, this is still a huge mountain to climb for me. But you know, maybe I could get close. This guy, you're reporting me for impersonation? For false advertisement? Just because I'm look, here's the thing. Yes, it's true. There are no red splits, and I'm streaming at splits.red. That's true. That's just a fact. But remember, a green split today is a really red split tomorrow once I'm running against it. You have to set things up so that you can fulfill on your promises. Alternately, if any of my viewers are red-green colorblind, please ignore the complaint that you're hearing. Everything's fine. Brandon, thank you for 99 months. I hope you're doing well, friend. Thank you for the GG. If I go faster tomorrow, that's just an even redder split in the future. Yeah, right now the biggest time saves from this run are just remembering my menus. I feel like a lot of what I did was real clumsy. My movement leaving the shop, I've never salvaged a run where I screwed up that movement before, so now I know it's possible. That's cool. But, you know, I bumbled my way through that through that particular bit of movement. That was real bad. Nothing super bad happened leading up to the guard leader. Level 7 was just kind of slow, and I'm still doing the defend strat. Just to guarantee that I run. At some point, in order to PB, I'm going to have to start YOLOing, which is, you know, I'm not super thrilled about that. I walk to the fight. The fight went pretty quick. The fight was actually very good. Tara got paralyzed immediately. And then after the floating continent, yeah, I got pretty lucky after the floating continent, just all things told. It's entirely possible that I would have lost the run right at the very end, because the Alacran tried to paralyze Tara right when she was going to use the smoke bomb. So that would have been real bad. That would have been potentially PB ending. Yeah, this is just normal code executing as it's read. I did not do anything in this run which was not enabled by the game's original programming. So Alacran, the biggest point of actual RNG failure. So the Alacran is one bit of luck that you really can't mitigate in any way. You need Terra to get paralyzed. That is a hard requirement for the glitch to work. Which means that, yeah, there are runs where I have just kind of sat selecting defend with Terra and then having Terra cast Cure on herself over and over again. I think my PB is like 3 minutes until she got paralyzed, which is not stellar. But you know, it's very much at that point where you just start kind of hoping that she never gets paralyzed. Because the longer it goes, losing the 1 in 3 chance, the more impressive it is. And there's 2 Alacrans. Like, there's 2 chances for her to get paralyzed every time their turns come up. But this run, it happened real quick. It was quite good. Oh, that's what Thamasa is. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't clear on that. Yeah, I've never been there. plot of dirt. I'm pretty sure it's the raft. At least partially. Objection. How's it going? Good to see you, friend. AV answer with the raid. Oh, well, I guess I got to do one more after these credits roll. Welcome in, everyone. Hey, everybody. If you haven't seen the Japanese Final Fantasy VI speedrun, I'll encourage you to look at the timer and just try and come up with an idea in your head. How does somebody trigger credits that quickly? The odds of you guessing correctly, I'm happy to say, are quite low. Which is a good thing, because it's wilder than you think. Is the answer sorcery? Yeah, no, that's a card game. Power Flapjack's been talking about it all day. Apparently it's really cool. Yeah, Mr. Bing has it exactly right. At no point in the run will you be able to predict the next step. Is this a PB? Yes. Somehow against all odds. And hey, everybody who's hanging out here, you should be following AV Answer. She's rad as hell. She does all sorts of stuff that I don't do. Flight sims, bunch of modern games, which is stuff that I, for the most part, for motion sickness reasons, don't really touch. everybody, you're here just in time for the national anthem. Imagine how wild it would be to have any part of your career be such a bang nailed it in one as the Final Fantasy theme. I assume that Nobuo Uematsu put tremendous effort into all of his work. His music is so intentional. It's really difficult to imagine that anything that he's done has been a one pass, got it right the first time sort of thing. Uematsu said that this song is his legacy. He knows it's what he'll be remembered for. Yeah, 100%. As far as iconic series themes go, only one you can think of off the top of your head that competes with Final Fantasies. Yeah, Frimblem, definitely. Dragon Quest, yes. Yeah, like Mario and Zelda are real obvious contenders for having like just a through line. Obviously not the precise same song in those cases, but definitely having that really strong through line.